counselors at South?
My name is Mary Taylor, and I do several things at South. I get called the tech coordinator, and I do a lot of, I coordinate the technology for the whole school and teachers.
My name's Asher Tubman. I'm the physics teacher and the science department head.
My name is Lynette Williams, and I teach Spanish here at South.
My name is Danielle Glenzel, and I am a physical education and health teacher here at South.
My name is Stephanie Cannon, and I'm the interim principal at South. I've been assistant principal at South for 10 years, and this year I've taken over the principalship.
It's diverse. There are lots of little niches for people with different interests, but it's a school where most students are pretty engaged and they care about learning and care about being involved.
The academic culture really depends on what kind of classes you're taking. So for some students, it's very rigorous, it's very challenging, it's very intense, it might be very stressful because they're taking advanced placement classes or classes where they want to feel very challenged. For other students, I would say it still can be rigorous and challenging, but they might be more into some fun activities. And for example, that could be our integrated outdoor program, or drama, or creative writing. And again, that's not to say these classes aren't rigorous, but they might be a different kind of rigor. Just it really depends on the student.
I think South, what students receive at times is a private education on a public education budget. I think the classes are rigorous. I think the students that come to South are students, many of them are really interested in succeeding academically. I think that our classes prepare students.
Well, the counselors help with scheduling. A lot of what we can do is help students add an advisory class if they want a class where they can get credit for doing homework. We might be able to help them balance the amount of academic credits they have in a term, so they have a manageable workload. We can help them connect with tutors. We can help them talk to teachers if they need help from a teacher.
I think the teachers in our department are seasoned teachers. We've been here a long time, or we've been teaching for quite a while. So we have a lot of tools in our toolbox to where we can meet with students individually, try to assess what particular is their need, where they might be having specific difficulties, and then target our tutoring or pair them up with a student who is at a higher level in the world language so they can work with them individually. We also know different tutors in the community that if a parent or the student wanted to hire them, that they could get help in that way as well.
So there are a number of ways that students can access a variety of different supports. One is our instructional access time. 2 mornings a week for about half an hour, teachers make themselves available to students, as well as our every Wednesday our schedule changes a little bit and it frees up about half an hour at the end of the school day for, again, students to go in and ask their teachers questions and to get some support. We have a freshman advisory that provides opportunity for students to get to know each other, work on study skills, and also keep track of their homework. We also have another study hall called Academics Unlimited, which is more independent. Students are there just to get their homework down. AVID is a 4-year program for students who may not have the college knowledge. They may be the first in their family to graduate from high school or go to college. And it provides them some of the information and supports and study skills and rigor that are needed in order to be successful in high school as well as going to college.
It just takes having the courage to be yourself and to put it out there, put who you are out there, so that you can get involved in the things that interest you or make things happen if there's nothing already going on in your interest area. So being willing to take a little bit of risk and have some enthusiasm.
Well, South, as you know, is one of the larger schools in Eugene School District 4J, one of the larger high schools. And I think a student at South needs to be a self-directed learner. I think they need to be an advocate for themselves, or at least have their parents also be advocates for them, but they should, be able to go to their instructors and ask them for assistance, let them know where they're having difficulty, or at least advocate for their own needs. So being a self-directed student, I think a student at South needs to be open-minded and accepting. I think one of the beautiful things about South is that we have students who walk to the beat of their own drummer, and so you can find something or some group of people to belong to here at South, and so you need to be open and accepting of those groups of people as well. And I think you need to be ready to be challenged academically. I think it's a school that requires a lot of its students, but in their best interest to prepare them for their future.
Being successful at South means that you're somebody who is fully engaged in school and extracurricular activities. So you're not just going to school, but you're playing a sport, or you're getting involved in a club, or you're doing drama. It's really important to be involved both during school hours and after school hours.
Ed?
So tell me, what can freshmen expect when coming into science classes at South?
Well, typically they'll start in physical science. A few freshmen do start in biology. We have a lot of hands-on science classes. All of our sciences are lab-based. Move from physical science to biology and chemistry and physics. Depending on the sequence, they might take one of our College Now classes or AP science classes as well.
So what's the difference? How could somebody figure out if they're going to be in physical science or in biology?
The requirements for freshmen starting in biology are that they have to be on track to be in Algebra 2 when chemistry starts, which means they have to be in geometry or better in biology. They also have to have had pretty good grades in their math and science classes in middle school. Typically, we're talking mostly A's in their science, A's, and maybe a few B's in their math class. And a level of maturity that's appropriate for a higher level class. If they ever have any questions, they can definitely get in touch with me. I'd be happy to help.
We're fortunate in world languages that our students have a choice of taking where they want to take Japanese, or they want to take French, or they want to take Spanish. So any student that enters South can take or choose to take one of those 3 languages. Many freshmen who've taken 2 years of middle school often will start at the 2nd year level in a world language. If that student hasn't taken a middle school language, they can start at the 1st year level, and many of the languages go all the way through AP and IB.
In the physical education and health department, you can take elective PE classes for anything you choose to take. We don't have freshman specific classes anymore. We mix them up for a variety of different reasons, so you can take basketball, volleyball, weight training, rock climbing anytime during your high school career. You just have to accomplish 2 classes for 1 full credit for your 4-year tenure. Same with health. Classic South students will take a half credit as freshmen, which is a required freshman class, then a upper division health class later in your high school career.
I love that. I think the teachers here are really compassionate and like students, and will do things to help students be successful. And I think we just get brilliant, intriguing, diverse students that make our school really interesting.
I think we have an awesome community, and I think one of the things that we have a reputation for is that we really welcome students who are perhaps not, I don't know, your run-of-the-mill, I don't know what to call it, but basically students who may not find a niche in other schools often come to South and they find their niche. They find a group of people or a program or activities that are welcoming and make them feel good. So I think we've got an awesome community, and we're continuing to build that community.
I love South. South is one of the best, most inclusive communities I've ever worked in, and I've worked in a lot of schools. I love the staff, very highly dedicated, very intelligent, highly educated staff members, plus the student clientele is second to none. Love working here.
Recently, though, I was working for the U of O. I was traveling to and teaching at many, many high schools, offering professional development. And I never thought that I would land in one, because the vibe was always not something I would want to be involved in. There was a lot of, a separation between students and staff, animosity sometimes. South has none of that. South is, I just, I love South, and I love the way we treat each other and the standard that we keep and the kindness, and yeah.